name is Jen. I am the Unorthodox Healer. I'm based in Scotland in the UK. You are very welcome here. This is a reading for any Cancerians, and it is to celebrate the end and start of the new astrological new year. So if I can shuffle my cards, I am going to do a card for the next 12 months, and we will see as to what guidance we get from the spirit world. I only take cards that jump out at me. I do not read reversals, and this is for if you have Cancer as your sun, moon or rising sign, or anywhere in your chart really. This is also timeless, so it is for the next 12 months, but if you have come across this reading on your feed, then I would suggest that you should stick with it, because it may well still have messages for you. So the astrological new year starts in April, so we're doing April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Let's move those up a little bit, otherwise I'm going to run out of room. December, January, February and March. So, Cancerians, the card that we have for April is the Four of Wands, and that's a really lovely card. That's the card about celebrating. It's about celebrating with friends or those that you love. It can also be celebrating at work, but it's a really lovely card to start off with. Perhaps you've had a really successful year in the company or the job that you work in, and April is sort of a fall over from the year end, or it might just be that you've got a lot of partying that needs doing in April. The yeah, it's a really lovely card. Great way to start off the year. So in May, you have another four. You have the Four of Discs. And the Four of Discs is about being a bit more generous. It might be that you should treat yourself to something. It might be that rather than holding all of your bounty and your beautiful things in your life, rather than hiding them just for yourself, that you should actually be showing them and letting others enjoy what you have and the person that you are. Discs of Pentacles, which is wealth. It can be assets and objects, but it can also be emotional wealth, and it can also be about health too. But I think that in May you do need to open up a little bit and share more than you are at the moment. For June, you have the Seven of Discs, and this is about wondering as to whether all your hard work is paying off and whether it's worth carrying on with as well. So you might have been sitting on something, an idea. You might have been saving your money for an event or a new venture. Seven of Discs, you see she's pregnant and she's holding her belly, wondering as to whether the idea that she's got within her, or the project that she's got sort of growing away inside her, as to whether it's actually worth all the hard work that she's been putting in. So I think in June you are very much in that position. It might be that you've been working hard in a job or whatever your profession is, and you're expecting a promotion and it hasn't come. and you're just sort of wondering as to whether the hard work that you're putting in is worth it, and whether you should carry on with it. In July, we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is about, it's about feeling as though you are in a situation where you are, somebody's either antagonizing a situation, or you might also be the one who is being a bit of a thorn in somebody's side. There are these swords that people are holding, and I think that the message for you is that you need to see as to why somebody is pushing your buttons. In July, you're not going to see eye to eye with somebody, and rather than continue to wind them up or make the situation worse, you have to just step away and be the bigger person and see that you perhaps aren't helping. And if you changed your attitude, and it doesn't, this doesn't have to be a big thing. I think being able to see things from another's perspective is a really powerful thing, and egos are really awful. We are very tied to our egos. It's about pride and being right and not backing down sometimes. And I think in July you have to look at your ego a little bit. In August, you have the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about camaraderie. It's about having good times with friends or people you know, those that you love. It is a card when you're confident and you're sort of free and easy, and perhaps you have sort of let go of this sort of this feeling where you have to save and be very thrifty. Perhaps in August you realise that you can actually enjoy yourself and go and spend some money either on yourself or for other people. It might be a holiday that you're looking to take, and it's certainly recommending that August is the month to do that. September, you have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords is you feeling that you are trapped, that you've got a lot of emotional stuff going on and you're sort of tied to them and you can't see a way out. But you aren't actually tied to anything. You're holding on to these emotions. Each one of these swords can be seen as an emotion, and you're holding on to them subconsciously. If you just let go of all of those, you'd just float away and you'd be rid of all of those emotions. So there's a bit of work that needs to be done. It might be linked to this Five of Swords with this ego thing. But in September, you need to let go of things and be able to move on. In October, you have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is that there might be a little bit of envy around you. And if you have got ideas at the moment, this is recommending that you just sit on them and you don't go shouting about them to people. I don't think that it's that someone's going to steal your thunder, but I think it might be that somebody might try and talk you out of the idea that you have got. This is a hawk who's got lots of riches. They've got a huge collection of kind of wealth and trinkets that they've collected, and they're incredibly proud of that. But they've got these sort of birds flying around them, slightly threatening, that they're being watched, and I think they're kind of coveting as to what this hawk has. So just be careful in October that you kind of just keep your ideas to yourself for now. In November, you have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is typically a card where it's where you are feeling as though you can't, again, you can't see the wood for the trees. You've got quite a lot of sword and emotional stuff going on. You have your head full of, I think that you're overthinking things. You are sort of trapping yourself in emotions that you really, again, like you have in the Eight of Swords, that you can free yourself from them. You are perhaps feeling a little bit like you don't have the confidence to move on. It's very easy for us to wallow in our own self-pity because our bodies get used to the chemicals and the feelings that we produce when we're upset or we're not happy. The same as, you know, if you are incredibly happy, you know, these thrill seekers that go and do these dangerous dives and, you know, these extreme sports, there's a kick and a rush that your body gets out of that. And once you've done it a couple of times, your body craves that more. And it's the same for feeling sad and upset as well. Our bodies don't like change. And I do feel in November as though you are in that mindset that you could change things easily, and you absolutely could, because these are just emotions that you're feeling. These aren't actual bad things that are happening to you. This is just things that perhaps you're overthinking, or you're making them into more than they are. And it's really filling your head with bad stuff. And you can get yourself out of it. And this is telling you that you need to be aware of it, because you can and you will get yourself out of it. In December, you have the Ace of Discs, which is the possibility of new things coming to you. It is perhaps this thing which is coming to fruition as to whether you've decided as to whether that was worth carrying on with or not. But December brings a new opportunity. It might be a new job. It might be that your health improves because you're getting yourself out of this situation. But there is the potential there to change things for the better from a wealth point of view. And you just need to realise it. Stop sort of feeling sorry for yourself. Stop being blindfolded by the emotions that are trapping you, because there are really good opportunities coming. February, again, is a disc card. And this is the Prince of Pentacles. And he would typically be on a big old horse, stood in a ploughed field with a pentacle in his hand. And this is a very steady, safe energy. A lot of the princes can be very fast moving. This is this opportunity, and it's coming in slowly. You can't be in December, whatever this potential is, it's going to carry on brewing in January, because something is coming and it's just going to take a while for it to come to fruition for you. In February, you're back to swords and about emotions. And the Seven of Swords is about thinking smartly and cleverly. There might be somebody who is trying to cause trouble. It might be that you just need to be clever to diffuse the situation. This person is stood and he's got foxes on the back of his jacket, which is typically, you know, the wily fox, the clever fox. And he's sort of hiding these swords behind his back so that other people can't see them. So this is you working to diffuse the situation. It's a potential conflict which you are stopping, and stopping in a clever way, not one, it's not an eye for an eye. It is you being one step ahead and making sure that whatever conflict could come up, you are working to make sure that it never reaches fruition. The final card that we have is for March next year, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. And I think this is a really lovely card to end on as well, because wheels are always moving. If you're in a bad position, a good situation will come. You know, the wheel of life, we get good and we get bad. And I think it kind of looks as though it's an emotional year for you, but still with some really lovely opportunities. But you are in command of your emotions and how you react to these situations. And it's showing that if you do feel as though you're having a difficult year, then March will really change all of that for the better. And that there's really a fantastic time to celebrate. I hope that's been useful. I hope you haven't been able to hear my dog Meg snoring in the background too much. She likes to take part. Thank you for getting to the end. And if you would like and subscribe, I would love that too. I hope it's been useful, and happy astrological new year. Take care, Cancer Aries, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.